Hey y'all, Christina here with The Main Objective, back for our Friday installment of Ask Away Wednesday because I skipped last week and you guys left me tons of questions, so I'm working my way through them, and I wanted to make sure I got this video out today on Friday, December 26th, just so that y'all know it's Friday. And I also wanted to make sure I tackled these really important questions in a shorter, more condensed video. So my goal for this video is 10 minutes or less. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna keep this as succinct as possible. We're talking about transitioning and healthy hair regimen building today. So the first question comes from Nina Ross 5. She says, OMG, my hair is still not cooperating. It's dry and my curls won't pop for nothing. She's transitioning. Any tips? My first and biggest tip for you as a transitioner is to kind of get the idea of like getting your curls to pop and getting that bang and wash and go. Get that out of your head. And I say that not to say that you can't do it, but because it's really distracting from the goal of your transition, which is to grow out healthy hair. And I say that because you really won't know your hair's full potential until you chop the damaged ends, until those relaxed, your heat damaged, color damaged, whatever it is, until those ends are gone. You're not really gonna know what a pop-in curl looks like. And and I'll try to embed it in a video or link it below or reshare it on Instagram or something. But I shared a picture on Instagram not too long ago where I showed, and I joked about it, it's like before I had a wash and go, I had a wash and no. And that's because I thought it looked good, but looking back on it, looking at my hair where it is now versus, you know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, it's completely different. You know, that curl pattern, it changes once you cut the damaged ends. So really focus less on getting the curl definition and more on what's going to improve the health of your hair. You mentioned that your hair was dry. I'm gonna make the same recommendation that I always make, which is deep conditioning. Check your deep conditioning regimen. Your deep conditioner should always be helping to install moisture within your hair, so balancing that internal moisture of your hair. It also should be helping you cut down on frizz. So if you're not deep conditioning regularly, I would say to deep condition regularly. My definition of regularly is once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending upon your schedule and how frequently you wash your hair. But if you're doing it regularly and you're not seeing the benefits, it might be time to switch to deep conditioners. Your deep conditioner may not just might not be working for you. You might like it, but it's not doing all that it's supposed to be doing, you know what I'm saying? But if you are interested and you want to go down this curl defining road, I'd say I'd give you a few tips. One, look for a really strong curl definer. Strong in the sense that it's either gonna make your hair kind of hard or it's gonna like compact those curls like nothing. And I have 3 recommendations for that. The first 2 are kind of hard, like they're gonna leave your hair with a little crunch that you need to scrunch out. That's Eco Styler Argan Oil Gel. That's one that gives me the best curl definition, but also gives me some crunch. TIGI's Curls Rock Amplifier is also a really good one that holds that definition like nothing, but it leaves that crunch too. So those 2, and then if you want one that's going to be less on the crunchy side but still really giving you a lot of definition, is the new Camille Rose Naturals Curl Maker formula. It's not going to leave your hair hard, but it's going to really like get your definition in check. And if you want to see what I'm talking about, my first Ask Away Wednesday video, I have the curl maker in my hair, so you can see what that looks like. And also I'll link in the description box below my 7 secrets to the perfect wash and go and my We Dyed Rake and Shake technique videos. Those will help you with product application, which is a part of getting that frizz to go away. And also for dryness, making sure you layer your products properly. I'm a big fan of the LCO method, so that means putting your leave-in, then like a water-based cream moisturizer, and then your oil or butter on top, and then putting your curl definer on. That'll help keep that moisture in your hair as opposed to allowing it to evaporate or allowing the curl definer to dry you out. Next question. Delta Pearl 22 actually has 2 questions for me, and she says she's ready to start the transition process. Where does she begin? She has no idea where to start. I'm gonna say the first thing that you need to do, because this is a really common question. Transitioners are like, oh my god, where do I begin? I'm ready to start this journey. Hashtag Team Natural. Yes, let's do it. Okay. The first thing you want to do is stop doing whatever got you to the state that your hair is currently in. So if that means you were flat ironing, if you were relaxing, if you were using color, whatever it is that you were doing, what practices you were engaging in with your hair that got it to this current point, you want to stop those. So for me, it was flat ironing every 2 weeks at obscenely high temperatures. So I had to let go of the flat iron. I had to put it away for at least 3 months to give my hair a chance to, you know, rebound and grow out and, you know, get healthy again. So, and I continued that on into a 21-month transition to natural hair. So the first step is always going to be stop doing whatever it is that you were doing. So if it was a relaxer or color, throw those boxes of chemicals away. And I say throw them away because you're not going to be going back to them. The flat iron, you don't have to throw it away. Flat irons are expensive. If you can't be trusted to have it in your own possession, give it to a friend or a relative to hold on to you for a few months. I'm not going to say that you can't flat iron your hair, because I did about every 3, 4, or 5 months just to check on the length progress of my hair. And you can check out, I'll link some of those progress blog posts in the description box below. But that's the first thing you want to do, is stop doing whatever got you in the boat that you're in, so to speak. The next thing you want to do is decide what kind of regimen you're gonna have. You don't have to stick to anything. You don't have to co-wash specifically. You don't have to go silicone free. You don't have to do curly girl method. There's a bunch of stuff that people say you should do. You don't have to do any of those things. Just find some products that fall in line with what you want for your hair and start using them. Begin seriously get serious about cleansing your hair and your scalp well. Get serious about deep conditioning and get serious about moisturizing. Those are the 3 things. If you develop those good healthy hair care practices early on in your transition, they'll carry you far into your transition and into your natural hair journey. Just make sure you have those 3 on point. And we're at 7 minutes, so I'm gonna keep moving on. But I'll leave some more links in the description box to reference you to what to do for a transitioning regimen and how to transition. Pearl 22 second question is, how do I maintain healthy hair care regimen in her braids? I've never really had braids before because I have scalp psoriasis, so I can't do those put away protective styles. But while in braids, what you want to do is you want to make sure you take care of the hair that's braided up. So an applicator bottle with the nozzle tip is going to be your best friend. You can use that to dilute shampoo, dilute conditioner, put oils in there, and your little refresher sprays as well, because it's all about maintaining that moisture balance. Braids are a protective style, but if you take them out and your hair falls out with the braids, then it wasn't that protective. The only way to make sure that your hair stays healthy while it's put away is to take care of it just like you would. So if you have a weekly wash regimen, keep your weekly wash regimen. Keep your weekly wash regimen. Just make sure that you get a little innovative with it and really utilize like applicator bottles and spray nozzles to make sure that you're reaching your scalp to keep it clean and that you're reaching your hair to keep it moisturized. Cupcake 2011-17, what's a good winter hair care regimen for us California girls? Most regimens I see seem to be geared towards naturals in extremely cold climates. And I'm so glad you asked that question. What's up, fellow Cali girls? You guys know I live in LA and I don't get the temperature extremes that you all have to deal with. It's a blessing and a curse because traffic is a nightmare. And the city is grossly overpopulated, but that's another video for another time. What my biggest piece of advice for winter hair care for ladies that live in I think the term is temperate climates, maybe. I don't know. It's been a while since I've studied geology and atmospheric science and things like that. But for us that are in those climates, like right now, I think today might be the coldest it's been in a while, and it's like 65 degrees or something like that. So all I have to say is really develop a regimen that is more reflective of the environment that you're in. I don't have a winter regimen per se, but what I do like to do is in the summertime I pack in the moisture, and that's when I use my heavier moisturizers in the summer because it's the air is hot and dry, and I want to make sure that I try to retain as much of my moisture as possible. In the winter, I actually gear my regimen towards like springtime because it's kind of, our winter I guess is like spring everywhere else. But what I do is I get away with using a lot of my lighter moisturizers because although the temperature has dipped a little bit, it's not freezing cold and the air's not as dry as it is during the summertime, and I think you know what I'm talking about. So I'm able to get away with using like a lot of my spray kind of moisturizers. Like I've been really kicking it heavy with LRC Shake and Go. It's been one of my go-to leave-ins this winter, and it's because it provides enough moisture, but it's not as heavy as, let's say, a Curl Love Moisture Milk or a Dot Whipped Curls or anything like that. So really just think about the climate. That's the biggest recommendation I can have, is think about the climate that you're in. Still keep your regular cleansing regimen. You may be cleansing more or less depending upon, you know, if you work out, how much you sweat, and all that kind of good stuff. I don't change my deep conditioning regimen because my deep conditioners work year-round. They're good, so they're good at any time. You may want to deep condition more, given, you know, depending upon where in California you are. If you're, you know, up north or, you know, out in the desert somewhere that has really extreme temperature variations, that would be, you know, you can up your deep conditioning if you would like to. But really, I just stick with making sure I just change the type of moisturizers and leave-ins that I use in my hair. So again, in the wintertime, I use lighter because the air is not as dry. In the summertime, that's when I kick it up and use my heavier moisturizers to make sure that my hair isn't getting dry and crispy, because that's not cute. Went over time. This video is probably going to come out to be about 11 minutes long. Not bad. A great improvement from 20 minutes. And I look forward to seeing you all next week on Ask Away Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about styling, managing hair, shrinkage, frizz, heat damage, all of that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. Keep it locked. Like this video, comment, ask your questions below, subscribe, show us some love. Thank you guys for rocking with me. See you next time. Bye.